Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I hopped on live. Um, I wanted to just tap in just to kind of connect and just to share with you guys what I've been up to. Um, it's been a minute. And if I can recall, I had the video, I think it was before, probably around the New Year or probably New Year's Eve was when I finished doing the shoes for Tommy Davidson. And I was just, sharing with everybody how I was going to start being consistent by telling stories and just kind of like having story time with Ikea Evans, but that never planned out how I wanted it to. But I'm here, and I don't want to have any agenda. Just pouring out my heart to you guys, and for those who may see the playback from this, just to give you updates on what's been going on as it relates to how I have, you know, moved from, well, I'm still doing shoe mural art. As a matter of fact, I'm staring at a piece I just recently did. These Air Forces was white, but I'm painting them black, and I'm gonna add like a finisher so that way it won't be too shiny. But this is for a piece that I'm working on. But if you could see on the right there to the right of me, that's a canvas. So I started working on canvas pieces. I want to say July 2024. And the very first piece that I worked on was the Javante Tank Davis, a good friend of mine, BP, Bobby Potter. He's a frequent collector of mine. He had reached out and he was like, "Yo, Keo, I never have seen you do boxing gloves." So he had commissioned me to make some boxing gloves, and I had this canvas that I had since 2019 that my friend Ikea had gave me for my 35th birthday, and she'd been telling me like, "Yo, I think you need to start painting on canvas." And I didn't feel confident, you know what I mean? Because I was always doing like the medium that I trust, which is shoes. But she was sharing with me that the shoes is no different than the canvas. I just choose shoes as my canvas, but I'm telling stories. And then no matter what you use as a canvas, you can use a hat, you can use a shirt, you can use a hoodie, you can use the shoes. It's all the same. So I finally found the confidence to put something on the canvas. I guess I want to say it was like in July 2024, and that's kind of ironic because I want to say July what 29th 2023. I had an incident that occurred on the same night that Javante Tank Davis had fought. So when I did the canvas, and for those who just tapped in, well, what's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I mean? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. For those who have seen any of my work, tap in with me on Ikeo Evans. That's spelled Akioevans. And that's just me. That's my main account. But I want to be able to just share with you guys, what I've been doing. For those who just tapped in, I'm talking about how I have moved from. I'm still doing shoe mural art, but I've moved from doing shoes to canvas artwork, and it's been amazing. The journey has started about a year ago, and I've already had some of my work featured in art galleries, sold a few pieces. The Harriet Tubman Freedom Camo, where I put the tree camo, the real tree camo, and I merged that into the Harriet Tubman. And that's something that, I'm just looking towards, just like showing people like if she was a modern day time, she would be wearing hunting camo. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing how things just play out. But uh, for those who may be tapping in, who don't necessarily know me, this is the shoe mural art that I'm referring to. I made these in 2021. This was a Candyman joint that I did for the movie Jordan Peele, and I lightly worn these. You know what I'm saying? But I got these on display here in my art studio, and this was something meaningful towards me because the very first shirt that I made had glass pieces, and I put the bees onto the glass pieces. So even as I'm looking at this now, the glass is reflecting on the wall, and you can see that it's like bees. Wherever the bees is placed onto the glass, it looked like the bees are actually flying, as the light reflects onto the glass. So I've done a shirt like that back in the day. I want to say it had been like 2000, what, 6 or 7, something like that. And it was kind of dangerous because I would put like glass. Whoa, he said, biggest fan is spinning over your head. What up, Steve? Yeah, yeah. Man, thank y'all for tapping in. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, I've done a lot of things over the years, and it always was art of pearl, was shoe mural art, and now I'm just merging it all together and putting it onto canvas. So today I'm doing a commemorative piece, as it is highlighting my friend who done a lot of wardrobe for The Wire, and he doesn't know about this, but I'm actually creating this piece so that way it can be in the upcoming Scout event for Artscape, which is happening, I guess, 2 weeks from now. I have all the information, the description on this live, but I just want to, continue to build with you guys, man. I don't know who's been on here and who's been tapping in with me for over the course since I've had this YouTube account. I had it for a minute, but I want to be able to, utilize this account more for sharing a lot more of my creative practice and what I do. So, yeah, just some words of encouragement before I dip out because I am about to get this started. Um, Whatever you have on your mind, on your heart to do, do it. And if somebody is encouraging you to do it, 9 times out of 10, just give it a try. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that might be just the nudge. Every time I listen to the nudges, like with Snoop Pearson sharing with me that I should do shoe mural art, and I let it go for a while, but then I picked it back up. Every time I answered to the call of what's, some advice that people who had observed that I should do, it really took off. It really paid great, dividends. And it really just not just for me, but for other people to give themselves permission to walk into their gift. Because that's what it ultimately is about. It's just not for us alone. It's just to inspire people that they have permission to do the same thing in their own way. So yeah, I've been on here for about 7 minutes. For the what's up? Somebody just tapped in. I'm about to get started on applying this finisher onto the shoe. You know what I mean? So that way I can complete this and get to the next step. But I appreciate everybody who tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I had no expectations from this video. I just wanted to get on, hop on, and just share with you guys what I've been up to. For those who may be in Baltimore, who will be coming to Artscape, definitely come to the Scout event. I'm still making my pieces. I have a lot of pieces that's already completed, but I'm making pieces for that event, and it's going to be exciting. You know what I mean? But I'm looking to really continue to build on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done it in a while. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just get on here just to tap in, but I appreciate everybody who tapped in thus far. My goal here was to be on here for about 5 to 10 minutes. We had 8, so thank y'all for your time. You know what I'm saying? But let me get started with this, and I'm gonna tap back in. I'm gonna look back at this playback, see the things that I haven't really touched on, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to continue this YouTube journey. All right. Peace, y'all. Peace. And leave any comments below on what you would love for me to talk about in the next video. And for those who may not be following me, follow me on Ikeo Evans, AKIOEVANS. And just stay tuned for updates as the weeks progress. And I'll be sharing what's more to come. All right. Peace, y'all.